Come on in, guys. YouTube getting your first look at the new Leviti tribe. Desiree voted out at the last Tribal Council. She becomes the third member of the jury. And this is a really good episode, I'm not going to lie. So let's get into this whole debacle that happened. So at the beginning of the episode, Desiree, in confessionals and with other members of the merged Leviti tribe, expressed willingness to work with OG Malolo to break up one of the bigger threats in OG Naviti, preferably Kellen. So Laurel spilled the beans about that. There's nothing wrong with that. There's no shame in that. And Desiree found out about that. Kellen found out about that. And of course, Kellen went off the friggin' rails with that. I'll get to that in just a second. So Desiree did not appreciate that. Went back to Laurel and tried to cover up her tracks and lie. And she definitely got caught in the lie. Down then back to Laurel at the tribal. Michael and I think Wendell both attested to the fact that, Desiree was obviously gunning for Kellen, or at the very least, again, like I said, expressed the willingness to work with OG Malolo, and then Desiree tried to cover up her tracks, and it didn't work. So, as for Kellen, she definitely came off like a low-key feminazi, the way she was barking orders at Dom, and it's like, I want Michael out now! And, I think she's definitely putting a bigger target on her back, and she's getting a little too big for her britches. And I think when someone pointed out, "Oh, they want you out because you're the biggest threat," Kellen was like, "That's bullshit." Well, I mean, it's certainly debatable. She's definitely up there in that upper pantheon, and that cannot be denied. Anyone that doesn't gun for her at this point, especially as we dwindle down and get down smaller numbers, they definitely have to gun for her. They definitely have to take her out, and I hope she doesn't find any safe haven with the rest of OG Naviti for two reasons. One, because they're about to blow up, and two, because she is a huge threat. And she shouldn't try and hide that or act like she isn't, especially for someone who plays as hard as she is. And what's funny is, as hard as she plays, she wasn't in the know, because when she found out that Desiree and Chelsea were willing to work with OG Malolo, she was devastated. Like, they would never do that to me. They've been my friends since day one. Well, that's Survivor. I mean, and then she said, "Oh, now is not the time to break up old Naviti." We're 3 votes into the merge. Day 27. There's 12 days left in the game. Like, I understand that old tribe dynamics from, like, old tribes, like, old friendships and relationships can carry over. Like, look at David and Ken and Millennials versus Gen X. Like, they bonded on the Gen X's tribe on day 1 of that game, and through the tribe swaps that they weren't a part of, like, where they didn't end up in the same tribe, and through the merge, they remained loyal friends. But, like, I understand that happens, but it's Survivor. You can't just hold on to this Naviti versus Malolo divide. I mean, I understand on the surface why it is. Like, there is a surface and a baseline for it, but I think it's just, as a viewer, I'd like to see this stuff get mixed up a little bit. Like, it's Survivor. This stuff is going to happen. If it doesn't happen sooner, it's just going to happen later, so why prolong it? Like, let's stir the pot a little bit. Let's mix it up. If you guys really want to show that you're willing to play a game and pad your resume and prove that you deserve the $1 million in the title Soul Survivor, you need to shake things up a little bit. You can't just, stick with your OG tribe members and just hide behind them and, like, take solace and comfort and security in the fact that you were their tribe member. Like, you didn't even, like, it's one thing if, like, they're a friend or an alliance member, but no, they're just your tribe mates and for the most part. So I think OG Naviti is on the outs. Apparently, we saw from the preview that Michael's going to make a fake idol. Dominic doesn't buy it. I would tell Michael to err on the side of caution. I'm glad he's still in the game. He's definitely showing his intelligence and his awareness of the situation, his intelligence and the know-how of the reality of the fact that he's powerless and he's at the bottom. I would implore him to look for a real idol, and if you can't find one, win a damn immunity challenge. That fake idol won't get you very far. I mean, you could try, but they could just call your bluff, especially because once you give it to Jeff, he's just going to throw it in the air if you give it to him at all, because why the hell would you be so stupid to give Jeff a fake idol? So, unless you draw rocks, go to Ghost Island and maybe find an idol, or a clue to an idol, maybe, or an advantage. But, again, all season they've been doing that by drawing rocks, and that's entirely up to chance, so it's a fucked up situation. I mean, it was a good episode, and I'm glad Desiree's gone, because she was definitely emerging as a strategic threat, and she's a liar for sure, and she even said in her exit interview, "Oh, they found out, they saw through my lie." well, it was the easiest lie in the world to see through. I mean, it was just really weak double speak. That kind of rhymes. So hopefully Michael will stay in the game. I'm rooting for him. I'm not really rooting for Kelly anymore. She's getting a little on my nerves. Too big for her britches. I like Dominic. I like Donathan. Chelsea, she's all right. Definitely rooting for Michael though. So we'll see what happens going forward.